that was about as disappointing a loss as we've had. We were in control in so many ways in that game to go win it and put it away, and we just never did, and let them stay alive. And they found a way to make their plays, and we had to do some stuff to give them that opportunity, and they took advantage of it. And give them credit; they've been struggling all year too, and it's a big win for those guys. I feel like I have to do more. I feel at a time like this, I feel like I got to find ways to help our guys more so that we don't get in a situation where we even give them a chance. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to figure out how I can help and get us cleaner right down the stretch and win a football game and not give something up and the penalty that we get and all that kind of stuff. We get things that we can do better. We got to do better. And I'm asking them to do the same thing.
Finishing's always been a big point of pride for you and your teams. There's been a lot of close games here that haven't gone your way. Are you seeing any reoccurring theme, or is it?
Well, there's some occurrence of a theme in that the time of possession happened again, third downs happened again. We did a lot of really good things. We ran the football really well today. We protected well today and did some good things. But the fact that they get more first downs than us and it's 38-20 something, or whatever it was in the time of possession. That's been pretty constant. And that's not a good way to be playing. But I liked our balance. That we were able to run the ball and mix it. We had a couple good touchdown passes, but we still came out 3 out of 10 on third down again. Which is that's just not good enough execution. We got to be better there. And when you look at the other side of it, we went back to the old ways. We were 7 out of 14. And we've been so much better than that throughout most of the year, and then to come back to that really pisses me off because that's not the way we want to play.
8 minutes to go, 3rd and 4, down in the end zone there. Russell takes a 13-yard sack. You miss a field goal. Seems like everything kind of went off the rails there for you. Just kind of your thoughts through that whole sequence.
That's a situation right there that did give them a chance to shift it, and the momentum of it. In that situation, that third down in field goal range to go up by 10, we got to get rid of the football. We can't take a sack there, and we look at what happened on that play again. But that's what I'm talking about. And I got to get that done. I got to get them to execute that way. I got to get Russ to pull that off. I got to get the coaches to make sure we reminded them well enough so that didn't happen. That's you sail it out of the end zone right there, kick the field goal. I don't know what yard line we're on, but
it was from the
8-yard line. Yeah, it's as short as you can get on a field goal. So that's as makeable as it can be. Now we got to hit the field goal too, but that's part of the thinking and the mentality that we practice that stuff all the time, and we just didn't do it. And that was a clear situation where we gave them an opportunity to get some momentum from us.
Besides the third downs, what did you feel like, the defensive issues were in the second half?
Well, they did a couple things. They didn't run the ball at all in the first half, and then they got a couple runs going on us. On a couple nice little plays that they ran, that was the difference. That they did run the ball a little bit. I think they ran for 20 yards or 22 yards or something in the first half. We didn't want that to happen. We went into the third quarter trying to make sure that we didn't give up any running game and let them get any kind of momentum to get back where they could balance out their stuff. And we didn't pull that together. That was the intent as we went on the field in the third quarter. We didn't execute well enough to get that done.
Your passing game in the second half, DK got involved a lot early, and not so much kind of as the game wore on. Were they doing some things there, or what was you're on offense?
Yeah, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough.
You mentioned the running game. For Rashaad to not just put up these numbers, but I think there's 4 games in a row now of having a pretty big workload. Just for him to be out there week after week, what does that show?
Yeah, there's no doubt that he's a factor. He looked like big time running football today, and he busted a number of different types of runs and hit some different style runs that were great to see him break tackles and get out. And that's a ton of yards for him to get in that game. It was like 7 yards a carry or something like that, whatever it was. It's really great to have him back. He's legit.
After that 32-yard run by Penny, gets you down to the 8. I don't know if you noticed, he came off the field. Do you know what the reason for that was? He just tired, or the drive stalled right after he came out? But is there just
I think he was gassed after the run. That's what I was hollering at him too, but he needed to come out.
You were hollering at him to stay?
Yeah, I was trying to get him to go back in, but he had something. I didn't ask him what it was.
How'd you feel like John Reed handled stepping up at the cornerback spot?
John was surviving, tonight, and they gave him plenty of work. They did the right thing at the end. They're going on John, and we had zone on him. We kind of knew it was coming, but Jimmy made a nice play, and you got to give him credit. A great throw too.
Are you surprised?
Was the guy in bounds on the extra point?
There, he had his hands in the air.
I can never see it.
Crazy good.
Everybody agrees. Okay.
Are you surprised they haven't responded either to you or to situations or to, you say,
I'm taking it the other way, Greg. I'm taking it like I need to do better. I'm not taking it. I'm not calling players for not responding. I have to respond better. I got to do more for them and help them more so. Maybe that's that's a coach's ego or whatever, but I don't mind holding that myself for that and that kind of accountability, and I just got to find a way. And I'm expecting our other coaches and the players to do the same thing, where everybody gives it everything they have to give us every shot to be as good as we can possibly be, and it starts with me.
is that in preparation or during game?
I'm going across the whole board. I got to do better. I can't let that happen. I don't even recognize games like this. I don't even know what to tell you.
Preparing on a short, I know they were on a short week as well, but on the short week, how did you guys feel? Like you were physically?
No factor. I think we made it out. I don't have a name for you, so we're very fortunate. That's where you could see, coming back early, the guys may get nicked and banged up. We got out of here pretty clean, I think, for the most part.
Thoughts on Carlos Delmont? He has 5 sacks in 5 days right now.
Yeah, he has just turned it up, and the play is similar. I mean, it's all power. He's rushing with great power, and he's finding his ways to break the pocket down, regardless of what side he's on or who he's going against. It's a fantastic surge by him here late in the season.
Rasheed Green's had a really strong finish here too. 5 quarterback hits and 2 sacks today. What have you seen?
It's great to see. He's had such a good year in so many ways, but consistently, we move him all over the place. He plays everywhere. He's taken to all of the roles that we've given him, and you can see, if you remember, when Carlos got going a year ago, other guys also picked up. Our pass rush really shifted, and I think that they're feeding off of one another like good pass rush does. And the last couple of weeks, the guys are really going.
Has Rashaad Penny put himself back in plans for next year the way he's playing this month?
I don't think he was ever out of plans. We were just trying to get him back. I don't know what you mean by that, Greg. We were just.
His contract's ending after this
I
year.
don't even know where we are in that. He looks really good. Yeah, he looks really good playing ball, and we need him on our team.
Jason Myers, he's missed a few kicks, I guess, the last.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why that's happened a couple times in this season that Jay hasn't hit his stuff. He's a fantastic athlete and a great competitor and a great worker and all of that. It's too bad, we should have been from the 25-yard line or whatever it was, that field goal. But he still should make those. He can. He makes them in his freaking sleep. He's really, really good. So it's unfortunate.
At the end of the half, you guys got the stop and chose not to use a timeout there.
Yeah, we wanted to. I know I was going to ask about that one because there's a debate there on how you want to do it. Do you want to use your timeout and save as many seconds on the clock in that regard, or have the timeouts in our back pocket so that we can dictate how we manage the drive? We chose to do it that way. We often do that. That's to give us those timeouts that are so precious when you need them right down the stretch there, and we just decided to go that way. You could blow the timeouts and get a minute 50, but then you can't stop the clock either, So that's the way we've chosen to do it. It's just a different way of looking at it. It's not like we didn't think of it, okay? So
You had a 4th down at their 43, I think, early in the third quarter. Did you think about going for that one at all, or did you put it in and they?
4th and 4.
4th and 4.
We did talk about that. I went through the whole thing and decided to kick them deep and play defense.
You may have been asked this already, but preparing for Foles when you hadn't seen him start a game, was that any sort of factor, not having seen any film on him?
He kind of did what Nick does, I mean, he makes plays, and he came through for them, He was under duress, so we were rushing well. We had coverage on guys, but when it came down to it, he has been a playmaker, throughout his career, and he did it today. The throw to Jimmy and the throw on the 2-point conversion was ridiculously perfect, and he did it, We had guys around him when it happened too. Got to give him credit. That's not a surprise that Nick makes plays like that. He's been doing it. And I was worried about the fact that he was coming in the game, when we got that, just knowing and having respect for the game that he's always been able to present. He's always come through in a lot of difficult situations. Give him credit.
You feel like you guys need to rebuild after this season?
I don't know, Mike. I can't. No, we're just going to this week. That's all we're doing. We're talking about this week. Sorry.
Pete, at this point, when you see the games with the time of possession end up where they are on a week in, week out basis, I think it's 38-21 this week. Just how puzzling does that end up being for you?
Well, it's really easy to see. It's just third downs. That's how it goes. And you give them another drive, when you don't get off the field. And we had I think we have at least one penalty on third down that gave them a first down. But that's what that is telling you. And they get restarted. It's almost like a turnover in a sense. They get to go again. And particularly when you have chances to get off. Because we had some plays to be made when we make the tackle. We get off the field. They kick the football. And they kind of did a nice job of getting to the sticks. And, there was 3 of those, I think, in the game. And that's the difference. There's 3 plays. And those 3 plays, they go sit down instead of the clock rolls again, and they get 4 or 5 more minutes, and that's how you do it.
You opened saying this was as disappointing a loss as you guys have had. Why do you feel that way?
Just because it was just our game to be had. It was our game to be had. And we had the opportunity to win this football game and didn't do it.
Do you feel like, before this game, you guys were all but eliminated from playoff contention. Do you feel like the engagement and the effort is there from the players at this point of the season?
Absolutely. I have no problem. Yeah, look how hard they played. They played hard the whole time, and we're clawing to get a win the whole time.
Why weren't Alex and Carey active today? Alex Collins, Carey, they're off the COVID list. Are they injured?
Carey wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to play. He wasn't physically ready to play, even though he came back. He tried to work out yesterday, and didn't feel right to play. So that was not really a choice. And then Alex, he just got back, and just need to make sure that he's back all the way.
How did the snow?
It's a combination of things.
How did the snow affect the game, if at all?
I don't think it did. It was more of a factor in warm-ups. Just getting it was more snow there and more of a factor then. The guys kept the field clean and did a really good job throughout, so it wasn't even a factor.
Anything else?